Yo, what's going on, guys? I haven't uploaded a video in like maybe 3 months or so, and the reason being is because essentially I've been having like a bunch of injuries. I've been dealing with like a bunch of injuries, and I just haven't been motivated to upload. Like, that's just the truth. And yeah, so in this video, I'm just gonna explain like the injuries and how I've been dealing with them, how I fixed the majority of them, and how I believe that they came to be in the first place. So the first injury that I noticed that was like affecting my training the most was like a hip sort of problem, and I wasn't sure exactly what it was at first. But then I went to like a physiotherapist who's like actually treated many athletes, and he's like really good with his work. And he basically diagnosed like my movements. Like, he took a look at all of my movements, like my hinging pattern, my squatting pattern, all of that, and it essentially led to the conclusion was like, well, it was essentially because the pain was like a pain in my glute, right, in my right glute. It wasn't on my left side, and he's saying that it's a piriformis pain, right? But it was triggered by um, a slight bulging disc in L4, L5, right? So a slight bulging disc to like towards the right side that was pinching on a nerve, right? And whenever it would be inflamed or anything or pinch on a nerve, then it would cause that discomfort. And yeah, that had been going on ever since the 23rd of March or so. Um, so yeah, that was really, really frustrating. And essentially, like, that was the main injury that was like the most frustrating one. But that's pretty much gone now. Like, not entirely, but almost completely gone. Like, I've changed my movement pattern. Like, I've gotten better form. I eat like a higher protein diet now because that helps with recovery more. Like, I take one of the things that helped was like taking um, collagen, bovine collagen, and vitamin C before my workouts. So that just, I think that helped like take the edge off of things, because it's just like the collagen, bovine collagen is like building blocks for tendons and ligaments and stuff like that, and all of that kind of connective tissue, right? So I think it's mostly healed from what I can feel. I've also been doing loads and loads of rehab stuff, like the dead bugs, the bird dogs, like child's pose, stuff like that. I've been doing like loads of rehab stuff over the last few months. That helped tremendously. And yeah, that was the main injury, but it was essentially like, a slight disc bulge that was causing that weird impingement pain that I was having. So I couldn't basically squat, deadlift, or do any of that kind of stuff. So essentially, because I couldn't do any of that, I started moving towards like the hack squat, and then I got pretty good at hack squat. But what ended up happening was I ended up having like really bad knee pain. So I'd been dealing with like basically like chronic jumper's knees. And it was my left side where the knee pain was worse, because my left side was overcompensating for my right side being balanced, because of my force transfer was worse on my right side because of that like impingement kind of pain that I was having in the piriformis muscle, right, which is like a glute stabilization muscle, right? Yeah, so like I was doing loads of rehab stuff, and like I was trying to stretch my knees, and like my knees were just basically just like destroyed. Like, it got to a point where I couldn't like do leg extensions. I couldn't, of course I wasn't squatting, but I couldn't do hack squat. I couldn't do um, any kind of like extension of the knee, right? So essentially how I fixed that was I would like walk backwards on a treadmill 5-10 minutes on like 3 kilometers per hour. No, 3 kilometers per hour. I'll do that as a warm up before any of my workouts, and then I would go and like sit on a wall, put plates on, do like 5 sets sitting on a wall for like 45-50 seconds, right? And then that would basically just drive blood into the knee tendon, because it was the patella tendon, right? So, pardon me, I would be driving blood into the patella tendon, because it's like a bloodless area, because tendons are like bloodless. You don't actually get much blood flow to them even whilst you're working out. So essentially, whilst I was doing that, it would cause like the tendon to heal more, and yeah, like, of course it would be like a relatively long process, because it's not just like you heal super fast, but you know, a few months of doing that and it like worked, you know, like a lot. Now it's like 80% gone. It's not fully healed, but it's 80% gone, so I can do leg extensions and stuff like that now. I was dealing with some wrist problems, but they weren't terrible. I mean, they got better. They sort of just went away. Like I stopped doing lateral raises and they sort of just went away. And then I got elbow problems, and yeah, the elbow problems are really frustrating because I still have it, but they were like, my elbow problems were a lot worse than they are now. And especially in the last month, like any kind of pulling or pushing would like provoke the elbow problem. So that was extremely frustrating, like, because I already had like lower body problems, right, with my workouts, so I couldn't train my lower body as well. But I was like, well, I mean, my upper body's still relatively okay. But because of the elbow problems that popped up, it was just like I couldn't train my upper body properly. So I got some like really good elbow sleeves, and that helped like drastically. And yeah, I started doing like a bit more stretching for like my elbows and forearms, and that helped like a bit. But I think the elbow sleeves helped the most. Um, yeah, like the elbow problem was very strange. I'm pretty sure it's tennis elbow, because it's like it comes like up from like the behind, right? Comes like up and then it goes like up into my forearm a bit. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's not just like isolated on the elbow, like it's coming up onto my forearm. Yeah, that was really frustrating. I mean, it's still there, but it's gotten a lot better recently. It's gotten like a lot better. And yeah, that was like, those were like the main problems I've been dealing with. So I didn't feel motivated to do fitness videos, because I was just like, well, I can't train properly, you know. So I didn't want to like, you know, I didn't really want to film any videos on YouTube, because it's just like I didn't want to have to do all my rehab stuff, film all these videos, and it's just like I just didn't want to do that essentially. But now I'm feeling like a lot better. I feel like, well, filming YouTube videos now will be like way easier, because it's just like coming back to basically what I was doing beforehand, and then showcasing you guys like how I fixed these problems and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah, so like I was saying, I think everything's mostly healed. So I'm like 80% now. I've also switched to sumo deadlift, so I don't do conventional anymore. I feel like sumo fits my build more. I believe I'll start doing conventional maybe in like a few months. It depends how sumo goes. It depends how I feel. Sumo's feeling like pretty good right now. I'm doing like RDLs instead of conventional, because I feel like I prefer RDLs more. And yeah, just if I felt like for my current injuries, like doing RDLs is better than doing conventional and sumo deadlift. So I've started doing that, right? I'm not doing any squatting currently. I'll probably implement squatting within the next month or so. So far, I'll just be doing leg extensions and leg press, and then of course RDLs and sumo deadlift. And yeah, I've been benching quite a lot recently, so my bench is going up, and like everything is going pretty well so far. Like I've gained like 4 kilo, and I'd say like maybe like half is muscle, half is like, I don't know, water, fat or something, or maybe like, yeah, something like that. I mean I would say I'm probably like 13% body fat right now. I'm like 104.5 kilos, so pretty happy with that. I'm still working my way to that 110 kg body weight goal, so everything is going pretty well. I mean, I lost out on like 3-4 months of progress, like straight up. Like I was injured for 5 months, right, but I could still like make some decent progress even when I was injured. So I'd say I've lost like 3 or 4 months of progress, but it doesn't really matter too much, because like my training journey is like, it's only just beginning, right? I mean, like, yeah, so like I still have many years of like good bodybuilding progress and strength progress, so I'm not like too fussed about it. But it was very frustrating, but I did learn a lot, so I tried to turn the negative into a positive, and like used it as a catalyst to learn more and grow more, and you know, change things, different variables in training and everything. So yeah, injury prevention and stuff like that. So yeah, I can do a video where I will explain exactly how I like fixed my injuries and stuff, and like the things that I did, and like the changes I made. I pretty much explained most of it, but there's still things I could explain like in more detail to like if you guys wanted any help with, like if you have any injuries or something, then like maybe the video would help you or something. I'm interested in sharing something like that, yeah. Just a video focused specifically on that. And then of course more training vlogs and like more like just content overall, like gym content and stuff that I'm interested in putting out, yeah. So I'll be making more videos in the future. Probably like, I'd say like 7 days from now, I'll do another video. So like every week, yeah. I was originally planning on doing a video every week, like 2-3 months ago. Yeah, like 3 months ago now. But I was just so demotivated by the fact that I was injured. Like I could barely work out. And I mean like, I could only go to the gym like 2 or maybe 3 times a week because there's nothing else I could do in those days that would like help basically. I mean, I could do like the rehab stuff at home too, so it's just frustrating as hell, you know, going to the gym, coming into the gym, you know, testing out like some, you know, pretty light, medium weight on the leg press or something, and then just having these problems and be like, oh, I generally don't know what to do. And it was just a very frustrating time, so I just focused all of my energy on fixing my injuries and like learning about that kind of stuff, and how to, you know, prevent injuries and how to rehab stuff. So yeah, I didn't really want to focus on YouTube or anything because I was just like in a different headspace. But now I'm more interested in yeah, sharing more things with you guys because, you know, I've been recording my fitness journey for many years now, and I want to keep going. So yeah, if you guys have anything to say on any questions or anything, then just comment them below. I'll answer them. Feel free to, you know, ask whatever. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.